What's up, boners?
I feel your back. So many things these days are way overhyped, or to use the YouTube term, clickbait. Turns out a total solar eclipse is not one of those things.
Oh,
But
clickbait.
let's start this day back at the beginning. What is up, everybody? Today is the day of the total solar eclipse where I live. It'll be full here in Akron, but I think we're going to ride the towpath up to Cleveland, and I kind of want to see just a lot of people, what's going on. Everyone's predicting all this chaos and just crowds, and I, as a photographer and videographer, want to take pictures of it. So I was originally thinking I was just going to ride the Gunner because that's what I've been riding, and it's all set up and ready to go. But I thought I'd throw the front rack on in my panniers to have room to carry stuff, food, supplies. But realized I don't want to throw the rack on yet. Got a mountain bike trip coming up. I want to hold off till bike packing season to set this up that way. Kind of keep it more in mountain bike mode. So I think I'm going to ride my Raleigh because I like to jack the rack and having the big bag on the front the way it's set up now. But I got a flat tire, so I got to change that out. And as you can see, it's a dirty mess. So I want to clean it up a little bit. So, and the fender fits on here with the rear bag, and it's pretty last night. So that's the plan. Gonna get this ready to go, and then we are 50% cloud. So hopefully we get to see an eclipse. A little pretty common knowledge. This is probably something I didn't know when I was younger, so I'll throw it out there. When you have a flat, I came out to my bike, it was just flat the next day. Always inspecting the tire to make sure there's not something sharp still in there, because I'm running this tube right now. So, just put another tube in there and get another flat instantly. So, just feeling around, checking the rim strokes, just making
Yo,
sure.
what up, Jerry? It's motherfucking Jerry.
See if I can find the culprit, basically. And then if you have a cat,
What up, Jerry?
to help inspect the tube. I'm still very good at finding punctures.
Yo, what up, JJ, Colby, Trey? I see you, dog.
My helper check.
What up, my dog? What, 200 is it? Shit? Long time no see, broski. Shall we?
On the Gunner, both standard casing. I think what I'm going to do when I get new tires, get the Raleigh set up tubeless again with the same tires. But I think this bike will get
Sunday, dude.
tires. Just that I now choose the Gunner when we're doing the
How does that work?
bike on it. I have not had any luck with tubeless, and I have really trashed these tires from like the New England riding and mountain biking, nutmeg, all that stuff. So I love the way these tires ride. I would like to get the extra light casings.
Yo, Jahan, what up, dog?
It's just not practical for the dumb stuff we do, the industrial gravel and all that. So, yep, I'll be switching those out. Might as well clean this up and work off the bike.
You gotta
Even
go.
though the towpath is going to be a total mess, and it'll be completely dirty again. So this bike is a complete mess right now, but I'm not taking it out for a walk. I'm trying to clean and lube the moving parts. And like I said, it's going to be filthy again almost instantly, but at least give myself a little chance at some protection. Quick brake adjustment on the Drowtex too. Drotex. Yeah, it's actually the inner pad that needs to be moved a bit.
You gotta go?
Much better. So, I'm not totally obsessed with capturing photos
You gotta go?
of the eclipse, but I do want to be prepared. I would go crazy without my camera and the right tools. So I'm bringing a few things, and this is what it is. So my Canon R5, and I have on it the 16 to 35 f2.8 lens. I'm bringing my 70 to 200, and For that, I have a couple filters I could stack if I do want to try and get a picture of the sun. I did buy an expensive solar filter. You're supposed to need 16 stops to take a long photo of the sun. I'm not bringing a tripod. I have 12 stops here and another 3 here, so that gets me to the 16 stops. Here's the glasses. So yeah, that's going to be it, and the GoPro. I take pictures with the sun all the time. I know everyone's warning you not to just point your camera at the sun, not to just point your iPhone at the sun. Obviously, don't just leave something pointed at the sun, but to take quick photos of the sun does not ruin your camera or your iPhone. And if you set it on a tripod, it just had it staring at it without any ND filters on. Anyways, this is what we're bringing. I'll be bringing the rain jacket as my extra layer just in case we might not see anything.
You want more?
Alright, here we go. Solar eclipse. Ride 20. All the camera gear I mentioned. Wearing maybe an extra layer right now. It said 52, but it already feels warmer than that. So
Hey, my dog's being a nincompoop, dude.
Especially if I get wet. I also did the smart thing. When I got up this morning, I'm like, get everything ready for the ride, and then if you have extra time, do some work. I left right on time and getting nothing else done except getting ready for the ride. So it's one of my things this year is, hey, you have to leave for something at this time. Get all the things you need ready now, and then work until it's time to leave or pick up or watch YouTube, whatever it may be. A little bit of sunshine. That's all we need is a little bit. So first up,
Excuse me.
Ben and Aaron, the Aaron with the crust. That's our joke because both Aarons have crusts. But the male Aaron down at the dog park trailhead. Then we are meeting my girlfriend Aaron in Peninsula and Brad and Ames. Sounds like everybody else bailed on the ride. So who knows? And maybe we'll make some friends along the way.
Maybe.
Perfect timing. 10:09. We'll do that 10:10. All I have to do is bomb this hill.
Man, that light is crazy, boy.
Living in Northeast Ohio, I really had no expectations for this day. It's often cloudy, especially in April. And as a matter of fact, it has rained every day since. It's
That light is
cloudy
crazy,
and
boy.
rainy outside right now as I speak. So even though every city, every organization,
Man, wow, man.
every museum was getting so hyped and pumping up this event, I just didn't allow
Let it live, dude.
In fact, we didn't even come up with a plan
Let it
for
live.
what we were going to do until the night before. So what's your favorite part of Eclipse?
You guys gonna watch this Knicks game or what?
So let's watch the sun. On Sunday night, Brandon Ames messaged a few of us saying that they were thinking of riding to Ames' sister up in Lakewood. So I messaged Ben. Ben was into riding up to Cleveland. A few other people were. Aaron was like, yeah, I'll go a little ways. We'll see what happens.
Tim Fitzwater, dude. Wait, what does that thing mean in front of the video? See what Dustin's got to say about it, dude.
We're sitting ducks.
See what Dustin's got to say about it, dude. We're gonna find.
Swap out one part of your gravel bike that completely changes everything.
Whoa,
Same
dude.
frame,
Take it
same
easy
wheel,
on the sunglasses.
same everything except the tires. Dainty, moderate, and robust. 3 sizes, 3 rides, yet somehow 3 very different bikes. This is like kind of funny because I didn't expect it to have that big of
Some
a
kid-
difference. And
Dude.
not just how the bike handled, but how it felt, how I rode, what I felt I could get away with, and what I shouldn't. This wasn't about testing speed or rolling resistance. We'll leave that to the dorks. This is about the ride experience and how changing this one thing can have a dramatic effect on the handling, confidence, and experience of our rides. I don't care if I said experience twice. So for this experiential experiment, I ran the Parley Taos, a high-end, highly capable gravel rig that I love this bike. It's set up with Shimano GRX, and the wheels are Chris King Fusion Fiber gravel wheels, which has an outdated 23mm internal rim width, which personally I would be looking for anything between 25 and 30mm internal width. This has a dramatic effect on the tires, but these are what I have, so this is what I'm running.
Left shoulder's kind of fucked up, man.
All right. We kick this off with the lightest, quickest, skinniest of the bunch, 700 by 35 Schwalbe.
It's 25 pounder, dude.
In fact, these are the tires that I use on the regular on my number 22. I had to take them off to do it. Since these are the smallest tires, that also makes them the lightest, 20.3 pounds and 9.2 kilograms. Which means they are perfect for climbing on the pavement. Aside from the fact that climbing is just generally hard. They're fast, as far as my non-science can tell. It makes the gravel bike feel a little more like a road bike. It's cool to experience it firsthand. Climbing was snappy, cornering was sharp, and I could hammer without having to think about it. I mean, that's how I was taught to hammer. You just start swinging that fucker. But once you hit the dirt, well, it's not sketchy, you really gotta keep your line. As you would expect,
My left shoulder is
these
fucking-
are a little sketchy. Just something about skinny tires, they slice through in
Fucking
like a
funky,
really
dude.
not cool way. It's a lot more rigid, and you can't fully relax in the dirt descents. For sure more rigid. Tires, any amount of mud or loose material is going to make your very capable bike much less capable.
You gotta go out?
Although I do know one very strong use case for these tires on this type of bike, which I'll tell you in a moment. And if you're into the experiential science
go.
without the spreadsheet, feel free to subscribe.
What?
Side effects may include nausea, diarrhea, headache, bump. With that said, this setup is amazing if your rides tend to lean a little more
What,
on-road,
dude?
which I
What?
quantify as rides that tend to be 50% or more pavement than dirt.
One
Yes,
side.
we can absolutely run 35s or smaller on our gravel bikes. And
gotta go?
on the pavement, it totally rules. Just scared the hell out of me. Oh, right. What? Hey, shout out Julian. What a ripper. I couldn't keep up with him. Where was I? They're perfect for winter base mile and all-road winter excursions. They're fender friendly. But once we start exploring any amount of chundrous terrain, skinny tires, they're just gonna hold us back. So I went bigger. Enter Schwalbe G1 Ultra Bike, 700 by 45. These felt like the zine of revelation. Instantly more stable, more comfortable, but with still plenty of